Good morning and welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this morning's update, we had a toppling effect. We've had the cryptocurrency market drop, but fortunately there's one bright spot here that we talked about many days ago. And the XRP Bitcoin pairing is up 1.02% up to that 790 sat level. So I hope some of you have at least enjoyed the benefit of that. We've got XRP, which finally last night getting rejected at that 48. Here, we'll go over it. Getting rejected here and not being able to push over that 48.4 cents ended up being very detrimental. And now we've had a reversal effect here now that we could not get over that area, that uptrending resistance. So this is something we're going to have to go over here in the technical drop down. If this resistance holds, and there is a lot of room to come down if that in fact is the resistance that's happened several times. A lot of people working outside right now, so I apologize for the noise, but I hear a bunch of people cutting the grass and it's rather loud for 9:14 a.m. so we'll do the best we can here, but we'll go over that. We'll go over Bitcoin down 3.12%. And this is something that we were discussing the last several days as far as Bitcoin, because we know Mt. Gox is selling this week, at least part of their $9 billion worth of Bitcoin. We know that the U.S. government uploaded 3,940 Bitcoin to the exchanges. So we knew that that was happening, or has already happened. So we were very uncomfortable with Bitcoin, even though we were looking optimistically. The one thing I've been targeting is trying to see if it can come back down to 58,000. It came up, hit the technical resistance up here at 63,789. Yeah, so that's what we're watching with Bitcoin. We'll look very deep into these technical charts. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. It is very important that the community is able to see this update and everybody who needs the information can find it. As I'm going to do my due diligence here this morning, even though it is a little bit loud around me, I'm going to do my due diligence here, and we're going to get the news that we need to along with the charts. There's also one other news note that we need to read towards the middle to end of this update. We've got XRP Whale Watch's 63 million tokens move. It is a sell-off coming, and right now we're in the midst of a little bit of a correction here. But we need to see if this is going to have testicular fortitude to break all the way down. And we'll talk about the breakdown target. If in fact at 48.4 cents now, that was the line in the sand and it did get rejected here a final time. We were trying to fight for it yesterday in the daily time frame to try to fight for a bullish close. But unfortunately, we kind of got caught up against it and it ended up dropping us down. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we've got Bitcoin here down 3.04%. We might as well start here at 60,251. We finished off a technical move up to 63,789. We got rejected, put in a double top. And now to me it looks like first area would be to retest this area around 58,865. But what about a double bottom? Is there a possibility of a double bottom around 58K? That's the question. Can we come all the way to 58, or is it 58.3? Somewhere around there the double bottom could be put in. But if it breaks through here, your next move would be down to about 52,668. That's a big differential if it breaks through this support. But look how, besides if you look at like the weekly in Bitcoin, how it's coming up still. Daily, moving back towards oversold. 4 hourly's pushing back up. I mean, there's still room if this wants to continue to dump. That's the bottom line. If this wants to continue to dump, there's still a little bit of room. It's massively oversold in like the 2 hourly, the hourly, going down into the 30 minute. we're starting to break back down. So as far as the RSI, so it's possible here that we do get some kind of correction back up, but I'm targeting right now this 58,000, this double bottom. I want to see if it comes down here to double bottom. So that's what I'm targeting and watching for Bitcoin. Even if you look at this outstretched downtrending resistance line, we've got something like this. We've got something like that. So we're on the bottom side of this downtrending resistance and a rejection at 60,000, right around 60,125. That's a very bearish rejection if it happens. So it needs to get back on top of there in due time. So that's something we're watching for Bitcoin. For XRP, we're down 2.1% here on this Wednesday morning, the day before 4th of July as well. And if we look at it from two different angles, the first one, we can very clearly see we continue to be rejected. And this was a talking point of ours, that if we couldn't get past this 48.4 cents, it was going to lead us down. And we've talked about the technical target here. We could come all the way down to that 424 area. We could come down to that 424 area if we have enough steam. That's the cup and handle support down there. But if we want to reverse this, we have to, in a hurry, get back above 48.4 cents. It doesn't look like that, though. It looks more like a bearish rejection, at least for now. And we're going to have to find the proper support now. 4 hourlies reversed back in a bad way. And unless we pull back quickly here, and I mean quickly, we need to get over 48.4 cents. If we look at it from a daily perspective, the daily close yesterday, it came up, but now it's put in this very obvious reversal in the daily. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. The only way to invalidate this long leg doji reversal is to get above 48.6 cents today. Get over that for the daily close. But it seems to me we're trending to the downside here. We're definitely trending to the downside, so we need to watch for a big correction down. Because if this is a correction, the first area of support is going to be down here at 46.4 cents. If 46.4 cents breaks, you're talking about a drop down to 42.4 cents. So that's what we're looking at for XRP right now. We are in a danger spot. This is a bona fide danger moment. So in the title, I'm simply going to put XRP in danger. Drops 2.1% on day, loses critical resistance. You know, something to the effect. Bitcoin down 3% on the day. It certainly seems like something's up with Bitcoin. Maybe the selling has started. So first mover Bitcoin falls below 60,000 as Mt. Gox overhang looms, which we've talked so much about that. So much about that. So I think we should do our due diligence and see what the crypto or the XRP whale is doing. And then we'll look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing, as it's the only bright spot that I can see on any of my charts. And we're not, oh, well, peak a little bit, but we're not surprised here because we're talking about how the XRP Bitcoin pairing was on the verge of trying to break out. And that doesn't mean that XRP's price action has to go up. That just means that XRP is going up in relation to the Bitcoin price. And that could mean both are going down and XRP is going down slower. As in this case, that's exactly what's happening. So if you're asking why you'd be a proponent of the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and if you're looking to buy it on HOTCOIN in the video description below and or pinned comments, you can buy that in the USA or globally. But why you would be asking yourself that is because now you could shift out of the XRP Bitcoin pairing, put it back into Bitcoin, because you get much more Bitcoin than you could have got before. And now you'd have more Bitcoin than you would have had. And then when the favoring, if let's just say Bitcoin starts going back up again, then you can move it back into XRP and you'd get more XRP in relation to Bitcoin. That's why you take advantage of the pairing. And then if you're looking just to buy XRP because it's down 1.9%, look in the video description below and or pinned comments. You've got BITUNIX, which I unequivocally see that it's the lowest spot in leverage trading fees in the USA, so take advantage of that. If you're looking to copy trade, you can always join me on HOTCOIN. I'm very conservative. I had one trade that tried to trigger at 60,800, but it got stopped out at 60,500 while I was sleeping. It was like a $4 loss. Nothing major, but it was something that was on there because it was a point of a pivot layer. but it had to hold it. It did reverse, I noticed, up to 61.1, but I was sleeping, and then it just came right back down. So the targeted buy is right around 58,000 or 58,400 range, depending on where it stops on that support. So that's something we'll be taking a very close look at today. And before I get into the XRP reading, let's look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing at the 790 sat level, up 1.02%. And it is bouncing off of this layer. I mean, we're attempting a breakout. We have an inverse head and shoulders. The technical target is to cap off a 25% rally at 971 sat level. So we'll see exactly how this plays out. But we definitely have a little bit of momentum. But we could cap in the upside here relatively quickly just because of market, the broader market. So we'll see if this continues out. If this inverse head and shoulders plays out, the next resistance is around the 830 sat level. The 830 sat level. So we'll see in due process or due timing if in fact this does play out. But I see a nice inverse head and shoulders setting up here. And hopefully this will play true, and then we can get some nice appreciation for the XRP Bitcoin pairing. But it's already doing a stellar job in comparison to the rest of the market. And it's nice to see that it's come up from the 752 sat level just a day and a half ago. And now it's back up to the 790. It's good to see that. So yeah, that's the technicals right now. Now let's do a little bit of reading real quick. So XRP Whale Watch, as 63 million tokens move, is a sell-off coming. There has been a notable increase in XRP offloading by whales to cryptocurrency exchanges over the past few days. Whales dumped significant XRP to exchange in the last few days. In the meantime, Ripple rejected the SEC's revised offer, raising more fears about its future. Whales have been moving massive amounts of Ripple XRP to exchanges over the last few days. As per a tweet by commentator Marty Party, a whopping 63,570,000 XRP had been transferred to exchange since the 1st of July. The large movement suggested potential volatility in the market, as whales could be positioning themselves for a price swing. Have whales been dumping their tokens? A sudden influx of such a large amount of XRP hitting exchanges could overwhelm existing buy orders and drive the price down. This is especially true if there aren't enough buyers ready to absorb all the tokens at the current price. The market could experience increased volatility as investors react to the whale activity. Some might see it as a selling opportunity and follow suit, leading into a snowball effect. So whale trades continue. 63,570,000 XRP sent to exchange from Bitstamp and Bitso. From experience, you don't store crypto on these exchanges, you sell them. And that's what I always try to explain to everybody. If they're taking it from the exchange and putting it on a wallet, they're expecting price appreciation and they're holding the tokens. If they take it from their wallet and put it on the exchange, they're expecting to sell it or some kind of depreciation coming. So at press time, XRP was trading at 47.8 cents. After testing the 55.6 cent level on the May 6th, the price of the token fell significantly. During this period, the price exhibited multiple lower lows and lower highs, indicative of a bearish trend. The recent uptick in price of XRP wasn't significant enough to reverse or weaken the trend. XRP's RSI Relative Strength Index remained high, indicating a surge in bullish momentum for the token. However, the same could be said about the CMF chalk and money flow, which had decreased significantly over the last few days, which implied that the money flowing into XRP token had waned. XRP's whale movements could be a result of investors' dwindling confidence brought about by Ripple's handling of its case against the SEC, so battles against the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC initially came down hard on Ripple, seeking a hefty $2 billion fine for alleged securities violations. But in a recent move, the regulator body softened its stance, proposing a significantly reduced fine of $100. See, this is false news. See, again, I'm not bagging on who made this, SIBO or whoever the fuck, who wrote this. Got to do a better job when you're writing articles. Who is this? I don't even know who the hell this is. AI? Anyhow, someone's got it. So the problem with this is false. The SEC did not significantly reduce the fine to $102 million. They simply went on disgorgement. They lowered it from $800+ million to 102 million, but it had nothing to do, as I've said many times, with the other $1.13 billion worth of fines. That has not been proposed in any kind of change. This is only to do with disgorgement. So no, there was no new offer. This is false. This is fake news, and this is poor reporting. It's not a $102 million proposed settlement. It's a $102 million proposed reduction for disgorgement. There's still $1.13 billion outstanding that seemingly is still set in exactly the same way, which would mean right now it's at $1.2 billion still, not $102 million. That's disgorgement alone. So the only time I will correct it is if they're doing poor reporting. However, Ripple has declined this offer, as the firm seems poised to win instead of just opting to settle. There's no settlement on the table right now, period. Investors, though, may lose more confidence the longer the case carries on. This will naturally impact XRP's future prospects drastically. This move has also drawn criticism against the SEC, primarily that the regulatory body is stifling innovation in the crypto space. The legal entanglement has proven costly for Ripple as well, with the firm have spent over $200 million so far. So that's what I wanted to read about the whales. So significant whale movement. And there's always a reason why the whales are moving. There's always a reason why the whales are moving. So what we're watching for the rest of the day here, we need to see how Bitcoin reacts. Will it come past and start pushing back up towards a relative strong suit, or towards a relative area of strength? And for us to do that, short term, we at least need to be over this downtrending resistance as support, because one could argue that we back tested this again at around 60K. Or are we going to come down here to that 58,800 area? Actually, a little bit farther. I'd like to see us come down to 58,400 to double bottom. But right now, we've built a lot of pressure. And if we do this wrong, this could come through and we could find ourselves at 52K in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So that's what I'm watching for Bitcoin this morning. We're still on the outside of the pennant flag. So we have to at least acknowledge the fact that we're still in a bullish setup, but it's coming down pretty quickly here. But until that pennant flag breaks at 58.8K or 58.6, it's still bullish. It's still on the bullish side of it. We have an inverse head and shoulders set up, but we definitely have dumped down, and not being able to break over that 63,800 and hold it was definitely a bearish rejection. Just like for Bitcoin not being, or XRP not being able to get over 48.4 cents. A definite bearish rejection here. And we've talked, we have to get up in a hurry. Otherwise, if you see us break down this 46.1 cents, the likelihood is, and I'm not doing this to scare anybody, but we have a resistance, a clear support here within the structure, and a rejection here. I mean, it really does. It gets you back down near that 42. Whoops, I did not mean to move that because that is supposed to be here for a reason. It really gets you back here towards that 52 cent area. It does. It really, really does. And, I mean, it lines up perfectly with what Bitcoin's doing. Now, I propose that we don't take the widest part of this pattern. Just because we don't want to overdo this. We'll take it from here, and we'll break it down here. Where's this at? It broke down right about there. So I think we're likely, that would be the technical drop down. It's around 42.4 cents. You can't make that up. 42.7. And if we look at the XRP cup and handle formation, that's very, very important that it's set up like that, because if we were to break 46.4 cents or 46.2 in recent times, the technical drop down, that's pretty much on point. It's 42.5 cents, and that shows 42.7. So pay very close attention. Don't get caught up in the mumbo jumbo here, and you're looking for areas of opportunity. So the support areas are 46.3 and 42.5. The biggest opportune area is to hit that cup and handle if it were to have a breakdown, and buy that cup and handle at 42.5 cents. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this, make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube can recommend this update. Only 1 in about every 9.3 people hit that like button. If only 3 out of every 9.3 hit that like button, we could make such a major difference. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, look in the video description below and our pinned comments. Or if you're looking to copy trade, look at HOTCOIN or BLOFIN. And then other than that, Stay emotionless. Hashtag be better, do better in the comments if you made it until the end. And don't forget to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on this beautiful, beautiful day. An all-inspiring day, may I add.